But like I did say, we are now entering what's known as the Narrows. It gets its name because it's incredibly narrow. In fact, in the early history of this river, it was mainly used for what's known as lumber rafting. So before all the beers, cheese, burgers, Wisconsin was mainly a lumber rafting state where they tie lumber into rafts, ship them out on waterways just like the Wisconsin River. This was one of the more dangerous places to do so, however, not just because of how narrow it is. But if you take a look straight in front of us, you'll notice a 90-degree turn to the left-hand side, forming what's known as the Devil's Elbow. The Devil's Elbow. A lot of rafts would end up colliding with the shoreline to the right. A lot of rafts were lost and a lot of lives as well, especially in certain parts of the year when it was whitewater rapids here. So it made one of the first jobs on the Wisconsin River known as standing river pilots. Pilots that would start upstream, hop on these lumber rafts, help them navigate through the water, and hop off here at the Devil's Elbow. I know one of these lumber raftsmen had the name by Leroy Gates, kind of a proud man, said that he never lost a raft nor a life. And he actually started his very own business on the Wisconsin River as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second, but as we do enter the Devil's Elbow, some of you might notice that it gets a little bit warmer. It's because it's always 90 degrees. That's one some of you will be thinking about for a couple of hours. But like I did say, Leroy Gates started his very own business on the Bald Eagle up right there.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Look at that. Saw a good amount of wildlife already. We're going to turn the boat around and head back now. No. Perfect, isn't it? But Leroy Gates actually left us one of the first billboards on the Wisconsin River as well. Coming up on our left-hand side, at your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you'll see this cove that kind of goes into land. If you look at the patch of rock that's facing us, and look right to the left of that really low-hanging branch there, that pine hemlock branch, you might see an inscription in the rock there. To the left of that low-hanging branch.
Leroy Gates.
Leroy Gates Dells in River 1849 to 58. I know if you didn't see it, that is okay. We'll be coming back down the river the same way we went up. But like I said, Leroy Gates either left us the first billboard or the first site of vandalism. But either way, he started what he called to be the Dells Boat Tours. A bit different than the boat tours you're on today. You would give him 2 quarters and he would give you 2 oars. And you would have to paddle yourself around the entire Wisconsin River for about 8 hours at a time. Everyone waved to the condor on our left-hand side. Well, they're on a boat ride right now. That looks refreshing on a day like today. But Leroy Gates was known to sit in the back of the canoe drinking lemonade with an umbrella the whole time. But we have changed the business model since then. So you guys get to sit back, relax. We'll do all the heavy lifting for you. But some of the sites we're seeing today, some of the same sites that Leroy Gates got to look at all the way back in his Dells Boat Tours. In fact, some of you might notice these small birds that are kind of flying around the boat here. These birds come up every year from Venezuela. They're known as and bank swallows. You see them swooping down to the water. They actually eat twice their body weight in mosquitoes every day. Wow. I know, right? But we do like to save as many of the mosquitoes as we can. We catch and release the mosquitoes. We catch the mosquitoes and we release them to our neighbors up in Minnesota.
Oh, that's perfect. We like that.
I hear it's their state bird or something like that up there. Oh, that's the fun. But as we do head upriver here, a couple of things you're going to notice if you take a look in front of the boat, kind of going off to the left-hand side, is where the old riverbed comes back around the other side of Black Hawks Island. And if you look across from that over to our right-hand side, you'll see this concrete dock going. That concrete dock goes to what's known as Coldwater Canyon. Used to be a part of this tour, but it added on about another hour, about another half mile. So we took those and takes save time and exercise for you guys. But if you guys are interested in going back there, we offer what's known as the Ghost Boat. The Ghost Boat. It's about an hour.